Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Love, Life, and Luggage After 50. I'm Tim.
And I'm Eulica. Welcome again.
Yes. And now, if you joined us last week, you saw an episode on how to make a great first impression. Okay. Today, you've now scored a date. And now we want to kind of walk you through on how 5 tips on how to have a successful first date. You got him to say yes. You got her to say yes. We don't want you to blow it on the first date. So we have 5 tips. You ready to get into this thing?
Yes, but what could go wrong?
Let's talk about it. All right. All right.
So before we get into that, I want to tell you to stay tuned to the end for our question of the week. It's going to be related to the topic, but we need your help with it. So please stick around so you can help us with that.
Yes, we want your input on it. So it's important that you stay until the end to get the question of the week. It is a doozy.
Yes, it is.
All right.
So you ready to get into
Let's
it?
jump into it. Let's go.
Let's start the list. So number 1, meet at a safe place or neutral location and share your location.
This is important because on the first date, you want to keep it safe. You want to meet in a public place. You don't know this person yet. All right. And, I love going to the movies as much as the next person. But we think movies is probably a bad choice for a first date.
Yes. And I'll tell you why. Because the whole point of dating is to get information. You're dating for data. You want to know more about this person. You want to be able to communicate with them. And if you're sitting side by side in a movie theater for 2 hours or however long the movie is, it might not be the best place. Also, if it's a loud place, if a concert or something where you can't communicate, talk, laugh, that kind of things, it might not be the best location. So maybe what's a coffee shop?
Maybe I don't know,
brunch place or something.
Brunch, lunch, maybe during the day.
Exactly.
You don't want to, have a heavy date. Certainly don't want to go to anyone's house on the first date.
True. And if we're dating, so one date does not make you in a relationship.
Correct.
So you're going to be dating several people. You don't have time or even money to just go on 4 or 5 whole day dates, taking a trip. That should not be the first date. A day trip, getting on the road is not a first date.
Again, this is kind of you want to be in the moment. You just kind of feeling this person out. You want to know if you vibe with this person, and you want to also feel safe. We're stressing being safe.
Exactly.
In a well-lit place with a lot of people around.
And you're meeting at the date location. You're not getting in each other's cars. Right. So if we're meeting for brunch at Panera, we're meeting at the Panera. We're meeting inside the restaurant.
Yes.
So just
be safe.
Be safe. And the second part is share your location.
Yes.
So on your Google or your Android or your Apple device, share your location. Me personally, my children know where I am all the time. My girls are always, they're probably watching me right now. They know where I am. Somebody needs to know where you are in case something happens. We hope for the best, but we want to be safe. And if you are the person you're seeking to meet has problems with these things, that already tells you something.
It says about his character right there.
Yeah. Exactly.
All
right. Number 2. Take that one, Tim.
Be on time. All right. People's times are valuable. That's your most valuable commodity you have is time. Yeah, I'd rather you be 10 minutes late than 30 seconds. 10 minutes early than 30 seconds late. All right. And do not cancel last minute. Now, listen, fellas, I'm talking to the fellas. All right. I have 3 sisters. I grew up in a house with 3 sisters and a mother. And I know the kind of energy, time, and money that women put into getting ready for a date. They're excited about meeting you. They're more than likely, they're probably going to get their hair did. They're going to get their nails done. They're going to get their manicure, pedicure. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to buy a new fit. Okay.
So they may even get their makeup done. They may even pay somebody because you are so special that we want to put, and it's about preparation. It's a mental preparation, excitement, and just not to cancel at the last minute.
Right. I mean, you call 30 minutes before the date and you're like, hey, I'm sorry, I can't make it. Can I get a rain check? Listen, these women are putting out they probably at least a good $500 just getting ready.
Probably just, I
And
would
then
say,
your little tired cancel on them. Just fellas, just be cognizant about that. Women put in a lot of effort, to try to make an impression.
should we insert here like the no-show or ghosting or just not
Yes.
not communicating at all?
Yes. I mean, listen, if you're not feeling the woman, don't ghost her on the day of the dates. All right. If you're not feeling her, just call her and just tell her that.
And I would say ladies too, and it could go either way. Either person could be the ghoster.
Mhm.
But I would also say that one, timeliness is about respect. And it's also communicating something. We're going on dates to learn about a person, and their inconsistency or lack of communication is already teaching you a little bit of something about their character and what you can expect in the future. So I'm not saying don't give any kind of grace, but I'm just saying I would take a mental note of that.
And let me just also say, ladies, if this guy flakes out on you 30 minutes before the date, are you going on a second date with him? No, buddy, you done blew it.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
All right.
He's a flaker.
He's a flaker.
Number 3, dress to impress and have good hygiene. We have a lot to say on this.
Yes. So, for fellas, it's important to make a good first impression. That's part of, having a woman, build some kind of rapport with you. And, they want to feel like you put in an effort to look like something. Don't come dressed up with jeans half down. First of all, if you're over 50 years old, skinny
There's
jeans
an expectation.
and jeans hanging off your hand. It's not a good look. It ain't sexy if you're 50 years old. And if you're smelling like you done smoked a whole pound of weed before the date, fellas, you were not teenagers, okay? We're over 50. Have a little respect.
And I know sometimes, because many of us have been married or in long-term relationships. That person was used to you. They know you. So this is a first impression with a brand new person. And so it might not be that you just a nasty person, but you might be coming from work. You might be coming from the gym. Like, just make sure that you're scheduling a time where you can go home freshen up. So you might not need to schedule it right after work.
Right.
It might be, on a Saturday morning or whatever, where you can freshen up. And that's for women and men to make sure you need good wind.
Yes. Got to have good wind, especially when you're sitting down.
The sit down wind.
And that wind comes up.
And for ladies, it's nice to have a good walk by wind. So when they hug you, so this was to get a little.
Put on that smell good. Well, I love me a good smelling woman. My baby smell good all the time.
We have a video to do, Tim. We have a video.
I'm sorry. I just love a good smelling woman. So, all right.
So please be aware. This is a new person, and that is communicating. That is information.
Yes.
And that is communication, the care that they take.
That's right.
And I know we talked about this. It has to be appropriate for the occasion. So not half naked,
yes.
Not, No
sweatpants. I mean, it really depends on the date. I mean, fellas, maybe you can let the woman know a little bit about what the dress like on your first date.
Where you're going.
If you're planning the dates, maybe give us some insight on what the evening might look like without giving away the whole
what to wear.
Surprise. All right. If you know you guys are going to be at a soccer field, maybe tell her, don't put on those red bottoms. It's going to be more casual than that, But
exactly.
Still, there's no excuse for not looking neat and having good hygiene.
And smelling good.
And smell. All right, I'm sorry.
Number 4.
All right. Don't be touchy or engage in any sexual conversation. And this is for both men and women, but mainly for men. All right. When you're on a date, this is the first date. It should be light.
Yes.
Okay. Don't disrespect a woman by grabbing her inappropriately.
Ogling.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we're looking for, our goal here is to build connection. Maybe it might turn into something more like partner. And you should leave every date knowing a little bit more about the person,
Absolutely.
knowing what kind of food they like, what kind of music they like. And you really can't do that when you're focused on the physical stuff.
Yes, yes. So avoid any sexual conversation. Don't be all touchy-feely. Now, maybe sometimes, the sexual chemistry is there. We've both been on dates where the sexual chemistry is there, and if you're a good-looking person, it's kind of hard for that person.
Things happen.
But this is the first date, y'all. Okay, we got plenty of time for the milk and cookies.
Because you might get the milk and cookies, and you don't even know where this person is from.
Right.
You don't know basic information.
Don't even know her last name.
Because again, we're meeting in a public place because we don't know this person.
Correct.
So the goal is to learn a little bit more about their character, about their personality, about their life, so you can know if you want to go on a third date. Correct. And
Absolutely.
Be safe, people.
Be safe. Yeah.
Number 5, be present in the moment and make it a two-way conversation. That means stay off of the phone. Yes. Put the phone away, put it face down on the table, and be present to that person.
Yes, be present in the moment.
And maybe, I don't know if this would be an issue with people in our age group, but this is not an Instagram opportunity. Right. This is a private moment. And I would say, ladies, it's about engaging and not about you getting a good meal or you getting to go here because he's treating you out. Yeah. It has to be for the connection and understanding about the person.
Do we have to go live on Facebook to show that you're out on a date, or taking pictures of your food?
I would say no, because when you're dating, you're not in a relationship. So I should not even be showing you, because what if we just on our first date and like I have 8 dates this month, which you can't have. You have permission for that. Yeah. First 8, and it looks like I'm rolling people through.
Or texting, you got your head down, you're not engaged in the conversation. If the date is going sideways, then let's be honest. We're like, hey, listen, this is maybe not the connection I thought I would have. With all due respect, can I walk you to your car? If you're not interested, still give grace. Okay, yes. Be a gentleman about it.
But be polite. Be polite.
Yes.
Conversation. And if you don't agree, let's say it's a political thing. You don't have to have an all-out argument there. Right. Maybe you have different political views or different whatever, or you might get into a conversation where there's a disagreement. We're there to have conversation and learn about a person. And just because that person is not for you doesn't mean you have to be rude to them.
Correct.
Just say thanks so much. Nice to meet you. We'll talk tomorrow and see what next steps will be.
Good point.
So those are our 5. So now we're going to.
Are we going to get into the question? Are we going to get into the question of the day?
So let me say this So as you show that. So the name of the show is Love, Life, and Luggage. And the luggage has a double meaning. It's traveling, but it's also the baggage that we bring and that we carry. So this week is a question of the week. Tim, give it to us.
All right, let's dig into it. Let me open up the luggage.
We're going to need your help. Get ready.
Yes. And the question of the week
is... And while you're opening it, I'll tell you. So the questions of the week and the dilemmas of the week come from you. So in the comments, place your questions, your comments, your tragedy stories. Also in the show notes, you'll see our email address. So if it's something private, you don't want us to, you don't want everybody in America to know that you had this question, you can email it to us, and it goes in the luggage, and we bring it out one a week.
We unpack it. We unpack it every week. All right, y'all ready for the question of the week?
What is it?
All right. So, in the spirit of this week's podcast session, the question is, who should pay on the first dates? Who should pay on the first date?
Should it be the man? Should it be the lady? Or should you go Dutch? 50-50.
Now, I have my personal views on it, but we want to hear from you. All right. We want you to chime in the chat. Give us who should pay on the first date, your reasons for it. All right. And then maybe we'll address what our thoughts are maybe in the next episode.
I would like a little preview of what you think. I would like to know what you,
right, so I don't
personally think. They're going to write their own thing.
Okay. All right. Okay. So this is me personally. And I'm not speaking for all men. I'm speaking for myself. I believe that a man, and I might get some flack from the fellas, but I personally believe that a man should pay for every date. I believe a man should pay for dinner. I don't believe it should be a 50-50 situation. There's another episode coming up on whether if you're ready to actually date financially.
Correct. We'll get into
We'll
that.
get into that, but that's coming. That's a teaser. But that's just me personally. I'm gonna pay on the first date, second date, third date. Unless it's just a special occasion or
your birthday or something.
birthday, or I mean, there may be a week when I just don't have it. When you're in a relationship, we have each other's
and
back.
you grow, and you kind of grow and trust in that.
Mhm.
And so I would say the first date, definitely. Beyond that, you guys could work that out. But I think those are kind of the conversations you're having on these dates and when you meet, to kind of set expectations. As long as the expectations meet, I think you'll be okay.
Right. There's no wrong or right answer for this. It's just like I'm just telling you what my feeling is about it.
But we want to know what you think.
Yes.
So two things. We want to know what you think, but also we want to hear what has happened to you.
Yes.
Like, did you get trapped somewhere because the person didn't have the money, their car was declined?
We want to know your dating horror stories. And I know I've had some. So,
I've had a card decline.
all right.
It wasn't. I had to look away and pretend like it wasn't happening. And about 2 more cards are brought out. It wasn't Tim.
Yeah, please. Can you say that too? In
It
the back
wasn't
to
Tim.
the people in the back in here.
It wasn't
Okay,
Tim.
all right. It was,
But I've experienced that, and I just was very graceful about. And hey, we got it straight. It was made right, and I left the person with their dignity. But thank you very much for joining us
Thanks
again.
for joining us, guys.
Another episode down.
And as we part today, I want you to remember to love again,
Embrace growth, and journey on.
We'll see you next week.